Hello from Advanced Media. Thank you for joining our today's webinar. Let's give it like 2-3 minutes to make more people, to give the opportunity to more people to join. Okay. Can you confirm in the chat box if you can hear me well, please? Is my voice clear enough? Yes. Thank you, Muhammad. Perfect. So, Okay, let's get started. Thank you again for giving the time to join our today's webinar, where we are going to reveal the new drone from DJI Enterprise, the M30 series. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Yahya, and I work at Advanced Media as a creative solutions engineer. And I have here my colleague Ahad. Ahad, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you, Yahya. My name is Ahad Mahmoud. I am drone specialist in the creative solution department in Advanced Media. And today we will talk about the new toy. Masterpiece. Really, it's a very good drone so far. We'll go through the technical specifications and
in the next slides. We mentioned that we work in Advanced Media. Let's give some time to speak about Advanced Media itself. So Advanced Media is a company established in 2002, and it's mainly into the media equipment, media solutions such as the audio, video, photography, anything related to media. We have the solutions in this company. And of course, we have a department dedicated for the drones solutions. And from as a DJI, we are an authorized distributor for DJI in the region, and we have a dedicated service center only for DJI drones, full of engineers and technicians for this purpose. So for DJI Enterprise, Ahad, I think it's been a long time since they started the first game changer drone, which was the Phantom, I think. You were here when they launched the drone?
Phantom 1.
I think I was in the college back then. But yeah, truly they started this game-changing, let's describe it as a corner, a 90-degree corner to the top. Now they reached to the top of, like, they are in the first worldwide drone company as a DJI, since they are covering different type of solutions, whether it's like LiDAR, whether it's for oil and gas, whether it's for photogrammetry, surveying, mining, and so on. We have, DJI is trying their best to cover almost every field in like the technology alive. So we have now like the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, we have the Phantom 4 series, we have the Matrice 300, and now they introduced the M30. Like, it comes in the middle. So if you compare it to like in the size, it's like between the Mavic Enterprise Advanced and the Matrice 300. So recently DJI released, as you know, 4 different products: M30 series, H20N, which is compatible with the Matrice 300 for night vision, and the DJI Dock, the drone in the box system, and the cloud-based management system, the Flight Hub 2, so you can manage your drone. Today we are focusing only on the M30 and its capability. So all right, let's start with this video and start in this sentence as the power and the portability. Like every department in, like for example, in public safety, law enforcement, they search for a drone that you can deploy it in no time, because like in a lot of different cases, it's an emergency, right?
Yes.
So you want a solution where you can deploy the drone in like no time. just put it in the ground, unfold the propellers, and fly it. With this drone, you can achieve this. Like comparing to the Matrice 300, it used to take how many times?
5 to 6 minutes
to
yes.
Fully deploy it and make it fly in the air. But with this one, I think you tried it. How long?
It's below 40 seconds.
So yeah, this is the thing, the power and the portability. So DJI had worked really hard to give us this product where you can deploy it in no time. So we have as an M30, it's an M30 series. So because there is like, now we have 2 versions, and in the near future we'll have the 3rd version. We have the M30, the normal M30, and we have the M30T, T for thermal, because we have the thermal camera. And in the future we will have the versions that is compatible with DJI Dock. And I think it will be almost the same, but they will add...
It will be the same, but they will add in the sensors...
the connectors in the bottom.
Here so to charge.
To have the auto charge.
Yeah.
So it will be fully automated with DJI Dock. So with the connectors, the drone will land in the DJI Dock and it will auto charge by itself. So speaking about the performance, let's start from the most important thing, which is the flight performance.
Yeah.
So it's all about the flight time. Most of the people really care about the flight time, how much we can get when we are in the air. So with this drone, you can fly it up to 41 minutes, which it's almost the same as the Matrice 300 with H20T, I think, right?
With H20T, it's like yes, 40.
So it's almost the same, and I think it's pretty good. At 41 minutes, you can achieve a lot of different jobs. So 41 minutes is enough, but of course we are greedy to have more and more in the near future as a new product. The wind resistance is 15 meters per second.
Yeah, which is very good comparing to the size of the drone. That's a game changer.
Yeah, so wherever there is a windstorm, you can fly it safely, but do not let it exceed the 15 meters per second to be for the safety sake. And as a maximum speed, we have, as all DJI products, we have 3 different modes.
Correct.
One of them is a sport mode, which you can achieve the highest speed in the drone. I think it's 23 meters per second.
Yeah, it's around like 80 kilometers
per
hour.
If you are in the sport mode, the sensors
will be off.
Will be off, right?
Definitely, yes.
So yeah, bear in mind this thing. And as a flight altitude, this is really important thing as well. So with this drone, the good thing is you can fly as an altitude up to 1.5 kilometers.
Yes, that's really good comparing to the size because like the Mavic series, Mavic 3, Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced can fly maximum 500 meters only. So yeah, that's will be a very good to achieve an altitude in like mountains and different high environment. So this as the same the Matrice 300 can fly.
Yeah, so Matrice 300 and the M30 now it can fly up to 1.5 kilometer or 1,500 meter as a flight altitude and 7,000 meter as a ceiling service. Yes, service ceiling, sorry. So let's jump to the second important thing, which is almost the same as the flight performance, which is the camera. So if you look at the camera, you can feel it like as it's H20T, baby. Yeah. It's almost the same, but it's smaller.
It's smaller, yes, correct. So for the H20T, the sensor for the zoom camera is bigger. The optical zoom is much higher. I can say for the thermal and the laser rangefinder and the wide angle camera is the same H20T, but still the H20T is a higher specs in terms of low light in terms of like after the zoom reach to 200x, that will be very good details. You will see.
Of course. We will play one video about the zooming capability in the next slide. But to sum it up, we have 4-in-1 solution in that camera. We have the laser rangefinder. We have the zooming camera up to 200x hybrid zooming. We have up to 16 optical zooming.
Optical zooming, yes.
So, and we have the wide angle along with a thermal camera, which is really important in a lot of different scenarios we will speak about in the next slides. So, speaking about the zooming camera, let's give it, we have a video here is playing that the drone is flying in front of the power lines, towers.
So as you can see, the zooming camera here is like a 48 megapixel half-inch sensor. The H20T is a 1-inch sensor, 20 megapixel. So that's how the beauty of this camera. It's a 48 megapixel half-inch sensor, and it has the optical 16x. Which is really very good comparing to the size to this drone.
Okay, so again, in this video, the drone is flying in front of the power lines, and it's really solved a huge problem. So because in the traditional ways, like I'm speaking about this scenario, especially the power lines inspection, they used to let the manpower climb the power lines and inspect it manually, while we are like encountered them to face they might fall down, they might get shocked. So there is a lot of dangerous things that might happen while you are doing the manual inspection.
Is correct.
But now with the drone, with the high capability of the zooming camera, you can fly the drone and do this job from safe distance and zoom in, zoom out, take the pictures, take the video, whatever you want, and inspect them safely from your office. Take the picture, you have the digital copy now of the power line. And there is one thing you may ask me, Ahad, that okay, if I am flying the drone in front of the power lines, it's an electricity, it will produce an electromagnetic fields, right?
Definitely,
it will
yes.
affect the drone, making it unstable. But DJI solved this problem. How? By adding the RTK antennas, which is right here. So the RTK is receiving the GPS correction from a base station. So we are not relying only on the satellites. We are relying on a base station, which are, in short words, are making the drone more stable in front of these magnetic fields. So if you're thinking about it, the DJI thought about it as well and solved it by adding the RTK antennas.
Yeah, and also it's compatible with the M30 and the DRTK.
Of course. So, like speaking about the RTK, there is two ways that you can connect with your drone or with your controller, since we will be depending on the controller. So you can have the base station, for example, the one from DJI, the RTK2, or you can depend on the network that probably your municipality in your city are broadcasting it or providing it. So you may, if you don't need to use the RTK, you can use the M30 service. So let's jump to another thing, which is the thermal camera.
Yeah.
So
the thermal camera is 640 by 512, which is also very good thermal. Comparing to the H20T is really very good, and it has very nice details. Comparing to the new the M30T with the Mavic Advanced, which is the older model, this is I think a 326 only, the thermal.
As a
resolution. So this is like a double higher resolution, and of course the sensor is bigger. As you can see, the sensor from here, it's bigger in the M30T.
So yeah, there is a lot of enhancement DJI has done with the thermal camera, of course. And of course, I have to mention that it is the photos that you are taking, it's RGPG as a format, so you can analyze the photo in any thermal analyzing software. And there is one video I want to play. It's in the next slide, actually. No problem. Speaking about the camera or the camera performance in general in the drone, there is the FPV camera here. Now the thing in the FPV camera improvement, so it's using the starlight sensor. It's the same as it's the same sensor that they are using in the H20N. So starlight sensor is really good, and it's mainly it's mainly focused on the low light environment. So the sensor size is big, very big. The pixel size is very big. So if you can see here in the slide, there is one photo that it's in the bottom down here. One photo of the FPV. You can see there is a mountain here. But if you look in the right, in the bottom right corner, you can see the M30T. It's almost black. So you can see how much is the improvement of the FPV camera. So the FPV camera, if you are wondering why I need the FPV camera, you will need it as a guidance to know where is the drone is heading. If you are, because the gimbal will be moved, right? You will move the gimbal, but you want to know where is the nose of the drone, in simpler words. So yeah, a lot of improvement they did in the FPV camera, and if you want to like use the normal RGB camera in the,
of course you still can use it.
You can still use it. How? By adding a spotlight. So DJI as well gave you the opportunity to add a payload on top of the drone here. So there is now one existing product from CZI. It's a LP12, I think.
Yes, it's a combination of the light and the speaker. So you can do the tilt up, tilt down the speaker, and then you can talk on the remote and you can hear it. Like the same here, we have the Mavic Advanced. It's like you can change the light and you put a speaker, and then you can, if there is like a Beacon example, which is already built in with the new M30 series. So now with one payload, you will have the speaker and light. We will receive it, I think, by next week, hopefully.
Yes. One quick example about the benefits of the thermal camera is in this video. So you can see a side-by-side output from both the thermal and the RGB. So you can see that in the thermal camera, you can notice that there is an abnormal heating in this point. But with the RGB, you cannot notice it until you are either like you are zooming in or you are getting closer to this point. But it's so obvious with the thermal camera from a distance. So this is one of the benefits of using the thermal camera, whether it's from the M30T or the Mavic Advanced or the H20T from the Matrice 300. Another video I want to play as well in this slide is you can consider it as in a search and rescue mission. For example, someone is missing in the forest. So you can see from the footage here that it's obvious that there is someone moving in the thermal camera, but in the RGB, it's really hard to notice the movement. So thermal camera is really good in a lot of different scenarios, search and rescue, inspection, oil and gas leakage. You can see the abnormal heating. For example, solar panels. You can do the inspection for the solar panels as well to detect the abnormal heating about the points. So it's very useful, very good, and the quality of this thermal camera in this drone is really good as well. Getting back to the performance, the that is water and dust proof, and we will show you why in the next slides. The drone can fly in a temperature between minus 20 and 50 degrees. I think you have one story of flying a drone in a temperature above 55.
Yes, 55
right?
degree. It was really very hot. The weather was we were very sweating, and really it's very good. The performance was for the M300, and I'm sure the M30T will achieve the same performance. So if you let me speak about this,
this masterpiece,
the new remote
RC
control.
Plus.
Yes, so this is the RC Plus, which is very good, very nice, and I can say this is the best Android system yet from DJI.
Yeah, just be honest. When you first saw this controller, what did you feel?
It's a responsibility.
It's a responsibility. It's a masterpiece. It's a huge. It's heavier. It's bigger, but it's way much better than comparing to the old.
The buttons they add is really very nice. Easily you can access from here. Yeah, it's far. Like the DJI user, a little bit will be like for the first few weeks, like to use this. They used to have this one, which is like
smaller.
The smart controller, smaller, and you see it's very close to each other. From here you see it's like little further.
Yeah, but you can feel that you have the full control over it, right?
Yes.
Because they add new shortcuts in the front.
Correct.
So you don't need to press on the screen. Like if, for example, you are wearing gloves.
Yeah, you don't need to use the touch screen.
100%.
Yeah.
Now you got the shortcuts, so you can flip or switch between the cameras. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, and you can customize them as well.
And let me mention something very interesting. For the first time, DJI used this kind of removable antennas, so you can do your own antennas on the track. So during your inside the car, example for in the very high temperature, you can just remove these antennas and connect your own antennas. 2.4 and 5.8.
This is very good.
Which is very good, because before in DJI drones was difficult to do that. Now it's officially you can remove it, very simple, and then you can change it with put the antennas on the car. And of course the way how they make the convenient the design, which is for the for the buttons, accessing it is very easy. Yeah, it's really very nice.
I like it so much.
And it's upgradable for Android 12, which is you can do gaming here as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, you will not buy this drone to play games in the controller. But yeah, the nice thing is that something you mentioned is the removable antennas.
Yes.
Right. So now the third-party companies have the opportunity in producing booster antennas, for example.
Yes. That's
so it will boost the signal.
Even soon we'll see it.
Yeah. So if you are like indoor, maybe in some scenarios you can consider something like this. If you are indoor, you can still like mount something better, and still you can fly your drone. So it's a good thing that they made it as removable antennas. And one thing, it has an 4 antennas design. So there is 2 removable antennas, and there is inbuilt
correct
antennas with
so also they add the W37 in a proper way, like before the Mavic Enterprise and Matrice 300 to put the W37, it's outside, but here it's you just put it in here and then just
it's indoor.
Indoor, yeah.
Inside the controller, it's much better.
So
you will not feel it.
Very compact, and it's waterproof, fully waterproof.
This is the thing. Yeah. This is the first controller ever that is water and dust proof under IP54, which is really interesting. You have this removable covers as well for the HDMI, for the USB, and here I had
we have the
removable
you can
covers.
Put the micro SD card, the USB-A and HDMI and USB-C as well.
Nice. So one more thing, that it's hot swappable as well. There is internal battery and there is the WB37, which I had mentioned.
Of course.
So yes, no problem. With these two batteries, you will get up to 6 hours of operating. Nice, very good. All right, let's jump to this video. Let's see this video while the drone is flying in front of the power lines. You can see how is this guy is pressing the shortcuts for the zooming, for controlling the gimbal, zooming in more. And notice that there is an RTK up there, that there is an RTK connected, the one I spoke about in the earlier slides, for making the drone more stable. So yes, it's a masterpiece controller, RC Plus. You have the full control, amazing, truly amazing. I had one more thing. We can add a dongle, right?
Yes, definitely you can add. It has a built-in modem, and you just put the dongle like it can support 4G and 5G.
Nice.
Dongle.
So this is really important thing to mention, because we will jump into like an idea that we want to see if there is an opportunity to put a dongle, but there is.
It is,
so
yes.
Once we are connected to the internet, whether it's from a dongle or from a hotspot using your mobile phone, for example, but we always prefer a dongle, right?
Yes, much better for stability of the streaming.
Yes. So the new thing in the next slide is that we have the DJI Pilot 2.
Yeah.
Previously, we had a Pilot 1, which was supported for the Matrice 300, DJI Advanced, Mavic Advanced, but now we have a brand new Pilot 2, different layout, more efficient. The thing is with Pilot 2 that you can connect to DJI Flight Hub 2.
That's
Flight Hub 2 is, as I mentioned before, it's a cloud-based drone operation system where you can manage your drone fleet.
Yes.
So for that, you need to connect your drone to the internet using the dongle that I had spoke about. Okay. Getting back to the Pilot 2, the layout, this is a quick video about the thermal. You have all the access from one page only. You can change the temperature range. You can change the palettes. You can zoom in, zoom out. And one new thing is the simultaneous zoom.
Yes.
So if you can see from this slide, you have the simultaneous zoom here. If you press it, if you activate it and open the side-by-side output, and you have the thermal from one side and the RGB from one side, from the other side. If you click on the zooming button, it will be linked together. The zooming of the thermal.
It will go zoom in together and zoom out together.
Bravo, yeah, 100%. So it's really important as well if you want to have a better idea about the situation on the area that you are flying in. Next one is synchronization with the Flight Hub 2. The Flight Hub 2 is giving you the opportunity to join projects or join organization. Organization owner will be the super admin, which will be in the command center for sure. So yes, from your controller here, you can join whether it's a project or an organization. Really easy. We have a lot of nice feature in the camera, but one thing that I want to mention is the 360 panorama that the camera can take.
Yes, that's the new feature for also the firmware for the H20T as well. Recently, they just added for like 1 month ago, and you can do it now with this M30T, the panoramic footage, which is very good.
Wow!
And the photo grid on this is really impressive
as
for
well.
The 48 megapixel. It's really giving very high details for photo grid
Yes, correct.
can
So
see.
you have more options. Let's see the slide here. It's one. I want to show you how the 36 panorama is working. So once we click here in the top video, the gimbal will start moving on 360 degrees, taking the pictures. It may take some time, but then in one small file that is playing down here, let me play it, you will have something like this. So look at this nice thing. Whoa. So from only one file, you can see, or you can learn or have an idea about the situation of the area that you are flying in.
Yeah.
And you can share it directly to the Flight Hub 2, and the command center can see it, can analyze it, can give the comments. For example, here is another example in the slides. As you can see, this is a Flight Hub 2 interface. You have the full access of the 2.5D map, where you can have whatever the drone has took, whether it's photo, whether it's a 360 panorama, whether it's a video, you have the full access from the command center or from the Flight Hub 2. Another scenario which is really important is, it was in the H20T and it's here as well, is that throwing the pinpoints.
Yeah, that's a very good for like a search and rescue mission, for security, for following objects, track objects. That will be very good to put the pinpoint, and then later on you can go back, even you lost the direction or you lost the where you were looking, so you just press back to the drone, and the camera will
move back to the point.
Exactly to the.
Wow, this is nice.
Yeah.
The nice thing as well is the bi-directional communication between the pilot and the command center that is using the Flight Hub 2. So for example, if you put a pinpoint in some area, it will be reflected directly to the command center screen.
Definitely.
So he can
Same
see.
time.
Bravo. So for example, one scenario, if you put a pinpoint, then you the command center can send like a ground team to this point to inspect more about the situation, whatever is the scenario. But yes, this bi-directional communication is really good, and it makes the life way easier. So whether it's from the command center side, he can send pinpoints or even draw like path to let one of the pilots follow this path,
Yes.
or vice versa. The pilot can draw a pinpoint, and it will be reflected directly to the command center.
So they can take action
Yes.
immediately.
So another example in the slides here, you can see from the top photo that we have, this is the Flight Hub 2 layout. We have here in this map two M30 connected. Each one of them are following like the order. One of them is following the pinpoints, the other drone is following another path. So yes, this Flight Hub 2 is making the life way easier in order to plan the missions, or like have an idea about the situation in the area that pilots are flying in. One more thing is the ADS-B receiver.
Yeah.
So every drone in DJI, I think they have the ADS-B receiver.
All the new generation, they have the ADS-B.
Do you think it's useful to have?
Of course, definitely. So it will give you awareness about like airplanes, or like for the commercial. It's very useful to know if the area you are flying is safe to fly.
Yeah,
and,
the nearby area.
Give attention to the altitude and the direction you are taking. So that's a very good feature also in the M30T, which is you can see it immediately.
Perfect. Let's speak a little bit about the TB30, which is the batteries, and the BS30, which is the battery station or the charging station. It's here near to you, Ahed.
So this one,
What has been improved in?
This is the new charging station, very compact, very nice, comparing to the The one we have for the BS60, yes, this is like almost maybe 10 inches only. Very good, and you can charge 8 batteries as well, and 2 W37, and of course you can charge from here the USB.
You have a USB output.
Yes, you have output USB. You can charge your iPad. You can charge your here the remote control. So yeah, and it's I have to mention something very important before the charging stations. They don't have the storage mode. Now we have the storage mode here.
Whoa.
Which is very good, and you can do the fast charger as well, like from 20% to 90% is around like 25 to 30 minutes maximum.
This is good.
So, and you have the storage mode. So this storage mode is very good.
When we might need the storage mode, Ahad.
So a storage mode, it's mainly used when you don't need to use the drone like for a long time. For like example, the DJI drone, they have the discharging like from 1 day to 10 days. But if you want to keep it like for further, like for 1 month, you will not use it. So you can do the storage mode, and it will keep the battery stable at 50%, which is very nice to keep the cells healthy, and you can use it without any problems, because it's not good to keep it as a fully charged and keep it, and then not good to keep it as empty.
The cells will be damaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now with the storage mode, you can keep the batteries healthy.
Perfect. So, okay, from the slide here, I had mentioned that we have 3 modes now in the battery station. We have the standard mode, which will charge the batteries normally. It will take around 15 minutes. This is the normal standard mode. We have the ready to fly mode, which is the fast charging mode. It will charge, as you said, from 20 to 90% in around 25 to 30 minutes.
Yes.
And we have the storage mode, which will keep the pair charged and at 50%. Okay, perfect. For the SDK capability, we mentioned that you can mount on top of the drone different kind of payloads. Existing payloads now, we have from CZI, the spotlight and the speaker. We have the gas detector sensor. We have different things. So if you are up to create or invent any payload, DJI is open, the SDK is open, the software development kit. You have the full access to develop your own payload and bring your idea to their life. Okay, as a summary, let's summarize it up. So we have the drone, the weight is around 3.7 kilograms. We didn't mention this, is the omnidirectional sensors. We have dual optical sensors. One is the stereo camera and one is the IR sensor. We have the beacons. We have the RTK receivers. We have the masterpiece, the DJI RC Plus.
Yeah.
The baby H20T, the 4-in-1 solution, the thermal, the wide angle, and the zooming camera. Of course, the laser rangefinder. Yes.
Also, they have make the SD card from the side of the drone, which is very good. I believe it's better than to keep the SD card on the camera, because sometimes if you lose the connector or the slots on the camera, then you have to replace it.
It's
but here, yeah, which is more convenient. And also they changed the cooling system. So on the M300 it's on the top, but in here from the rear side, see
it's fan. In the back side now.
Yes, it's in the back side. So it will take the air, and it has aerodynamic design. So it has better cooling, I can say, from the
even the propellers.
M300.
We didn't mention the propellers are different than Matrice 300. We have 2 of them are facing down and 2 of them are facing up. So yes, different design, smaller, compact, portable,
Yeah.
and I think I will have one.
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing is the locker in the Matrice 300. We have one locker to the pair of the batteries.
Yeah, and sometimes this happened with me. You remove, once you remove one, you by mistake the second one will be removed.
Yes. So
not all the time. Maybe 1 or 2 times happened with me. So with this one, it's very good. You can just if you want to
slide one battery
slide,
at on
yes,
and remove it at on.
Let me take it to my side.
Way better, way much convenience.
Yeah, so you will be satisfying with you. Listen to the click. It's satisfying. See. So yeah, so just removing here the lock. You just remove it this way, and then you just remove it. Very simple.
You have the control for one battery over the other. So
yes.
Instead of using one locker, you can use like one for one battery and the other. So it's more easier, more practical, if I can say. So yes, this is our subject, our topic, the M30. I think we covered most of the features. Let's give it some time to see if we have questions from our beloved attendees. Okay. Any question, guys? We will be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you, Muhammad. Appreciate it. Just give it 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fatima, for joining, of course. Thank you, guys. Thank you, John. Jedgar. Appreciate it.
I will be sending this also.
Of course, it will be recorded, and we will send the recording to your email. And actually, the next webinar will be for the H20N.
Yeah.
So we have another product we want to cover in a webinar, which is a night vision camera, the new one from DJI. It's very good, very nice. We will be covering it in the next webinar.
Yeah.
For sure. Thanks, Abdullah. Nice to meet you too, or nice to meet you too. Thank you, Ashraf. Okay, no questions. So it was. This is a good sign. Yeah. So it was clear to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay. Again, appreciate it, guys. Thank you for joining, and see you in the next webinar. Take care.